What's up, motherfuckers? Zachy here for another Rowdy Company podcast. This is episode 6. I woke up with something in my fucking eye today. It's really bothered me. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in this morning, and it was in there, and I couldn't get it out. I feel like it's scratching my eye, but I can't find what it is. I was watering like crazy. I took a shower. It's still there. Fuck it. We can't lay in bed all day with something in our eye. We got to get up and walk around with it. Today's episode of the podcast is pretty fucking dope. I talked last night to some friends that had overdosed, and one of them was Narcan, and the other one was revived with CPR. And we're talking about like coming back to life and how that felt. And we talk about guardian angels and fucking treating people right. It's a pretty feel-good episode, but it's kind of funny, too. If you think, kind of in a hindsight way, like, oh, how silly were we when we were younger? Like, it's some pretty extreme shit, but it's a good episode. And I'm glad I recorded it kind of last minute. I had a thought about, reviving from consciousness and how that feels, I've been unconscious a few times and then, come back around. It's a fucked up feeling. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. And Facebook's kind of fucked up. If you click on the Facebook link to YouTube and you're on your phone, it opens up your web browser's YouTube. And it's fucking ridiculous because nobody's ever signed into that, myself included. So if you guys would, make sure you sign into your web browser's YouTube and subscribe, or search for it in your YouTube app and subscribe that way. The channel's growing. I'm getting more viewers and listeners and feedback, and I'm fucking loving it, y'all. Keep it up, and I'll keep it up. Guys, I love you. Here's the episode. Holy moly, and we're back. For episode 6 of the Rowdy Company podcast, we're joined today by the beautiful Deanna O'Hanlon.
Hi.
It's Italian-Irish. What are you going to do? So we're back for episode 6, and it's been a minute. I've done one every other week for the past month.
Okay.
And the way I've looked at it has been the pessimistic way to look at it. So there's been 2 weeks where I didn't do one. I did one, and then there was another 2 weeks. So we're doing one right now, but it's the way I'm looking at it for some reason is the one in the middle of a month.
Okay.
It's just a weird way to fucking look at it, and we're back. Just a second ago, I got on Facebook, and I seen this picture of this woman with her old man, and he's in the hospital, and it said baby's first OD.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, with her tongue ring. I was
my God.
oh.
Ooh. Wow.
So that got me thinking about being revived.
Okay.
And losing and gaining consciousness.
Ugh.
And how that is the highest you can be. For just a second,
The closest
for me,
to death that you can be.
Yes.
The ultimate high.
Gaining consciousness back.
Yeah. Most people are pretty mad when they come back.
My shit. My fucking dope.
I'm not high anymore.
Yeah. And then you got to go hunt in a bag.
Ugh.
The shit doesn't linger, I'd imagine. It just is gone. You're fucking starting to get
if
sick,
you get
right?
Narcan, you wake up madder than fuck.
Right. But also, are you dope sick? It's still in your body, isn't it?
Yeah, but it blocks it.
So you're just you're not high and you're dope sick?
Yeah. You're just not happy. You're not having a good time.
I'd imagine. I just got off the phone with our friend Sam, and here's a clip of that.
Her.
Yeah. Tell Silas to go to bed. Silas, you're on the podcast in the background bitching.
Go to bed.
Alone. So we're on here with Sam, who will remain anonymous except the first name, which is fictional, maybe, who knows. And we're talking about getting Narcan and regaining consciousness after being unconscious and nearly dying. So Sam, what happened and how exactly did it feel?
Okay. I'll give it to you straight. All right. So I had just gotten out of jail. I had been in jail for I think, 86 days.
Ooh.
I had gotten out and thought it would be a good idea to shoot dope again.
Yeah.
I did it once and wasn't really the experience that I wanted. So the next day, I got some more, and so I was like, I remember saying, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put all of it in here," and I just did the whole thing. And I was, I was sitting in the Comcast parking lot.
Comcast.
Every time I drive by Comcast,
Yeah.
I think about this
Fuck
because it's on
Comcast.
the interstate.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm sitting in the Comcast parking lot. I pour the whole thing into the spoon and I just do it. And I remember saying, this is the only thing I remember. I said, whoa. And just like my face hit the window.
Oh, shit.
And then, and the next thing I know is waking up in an ambulance I had a hoodie on, and my hoodie, my sleeves had been cut. And by the way, I did not have any veins. So
great.
They had to go in like this tiny, tiny little vein in my arm to like help me like awake, I guess. I don't really know. The
one you were saving? Your last vein?
Well, no, like at that point in my life, I was going in my neck. It was not a pretty.
Oh,
it was not a pretty.
God, that's deep in there. Okay.
Yeah, like not a pretty sight.
So what did
It's like the only thing I had left.
What did that feel like coming back to life? Were you super fucked up for like a split second? Like, ugh.
Oh my God. Okay, so you know in the movies when you'll see like those glimpses, like it's like from the point of view glimpse. And it's like blinking.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah. Coming back. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was like opening and shutting my eyes, and I'm in this ambulance, and I'm like,
oh.
what the fuck is
happened?
going on right now?
That sounds
like,
terrible.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, no.
And I just remember like telling these EMTs, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm fine. Like, where am I? Like, and they're like, where do you want to go? Where can we take you? Like, what hospital do you prefer? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like,
what happened?
why am I in an ambulance right now?
Oh my God, that sounds terrible.
It was awful. And I remember going to this hospital that I knew for certain where my dad lives, his neighbor, like husband and wife, his next door neighbor worked at this hospital, and I'm like, oh my God, please tell me she is not here right now.
Oh, first person you've seen. Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's just all I was thinking about. I was like, oh my God, please tell me she is not here right now. No, I cannot be here right now. And it was just a total like Twilight Zone the entire time.
Oh yeah,
like,
I bet.
Insane.
And like the physical sensation. Let me ask you something. Objectively, is that the highest you've ever been? That split second of gaining consciousness again?
Oh man, like the only thing I can remember from that moment in my life is like, if this is how I'm gonna go out, this is how I want to go out. As fucked up,
like, yeah, I get it.
As fucked up as that sounds, I'm like, because how I said earlier, like when I said whoa and just like hit the window, like it was such an overwhelming rush.
Yeah,
like whoa.
Oh
like,
shit!
What did I do? And like,
so it just hit your brain and said bye bye.
Yeah, exactly. Like bye bye to me. No more. And you want to know the fucked up thing about this whole situation?
What?
Is the fact that when I was in the hospital laying in the bed and they released me, and I remember this I don't know if it was a doctor or a nurse or who it was. She came in and talked to me and she was like, you need to get treatment, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, good. Thank you. Carry on. Like, can I leave now? And I walked out to the parking lot and got high again.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Like, such a not a lesson learned at all.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, that's what happens sometimes. Well, Sam, thank you.
That's why
I'm gonna get to the show. Huh?
I said that's what happens in the Comcast parking lot in Chattanooga.
Straight up. Hey, nothing good has ever come out of or into Comcast. I'll just say that. And I'm glad you had a life-changing experience there, though. It's the only significant thing that's ever happened there.
Working for what? Almost 5.5 years? 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Free.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Well, Sam, thank you for your participation, and tell old Dobby to get some rest.
Good fuck.
I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. So I know you couldn't hear it the way we fucking done this. It's all
Crazy.
weird.
Oh my
But you'll
God.
you'll see it in post.
What?
I do, however, have our buddy Anthony, and he has given me permission to call him, and he's going to tell us a story about getting resuscitated. Now, he was not Narcaned.
Was this about a year ago?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He picked up 18 months today.
It's been a year and a half.
No, fuck me. He picked up a year because he said how he did it.
Right.
I went to the one of the first live meetings that I've been to in a long time, and it was fucking awesome.
I'm
to see
jealous.
everybody.
I didn't get to go.
I know. For a couple of them, yeah.
I
It
know.
sucks. You gotta get out there. But
I'm
it's
working.
good. It's good to be back in meetings and not on Zoom meetings because that's
Yeah.
like, as a matter of fact, he was saying today he didn't get shit out of them, and I kind of agree. Like, sometimes you might hear what you need to hear or whatever, but like, fuck.
They're so distracted. I'm so distracted. Like,
Yeah.
I can sit, and if I'm distracted in a meeting, I can close my eyes and kind of like try and be in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, but Zoom,
You can go eat. You can fucking go take a shit, turn your camera off, whatever.
kayak.
Yell it. Yeah, kayak. Motherfuckers was
Amy.
kayaking. Yeah, Amy, what up?
Take
Yeah.
a bath.
And watch people drive their cars. And I was always like cracking up when people was driving their cars looking stupid. Like, what? You've seen the video of that like cab driver or whoever the fuck he was. He's like falling asleep in his car. And then next thing you know, you see him being jostled around and he like goes to the back window.
No.
Oh my God. Have you never seen it?
No.
Oh, I
That's
got to
funny,
pull it
though.
up because it's so goddamn
The
funny.
dangers of Zoom.
No shit though. Distracted fucking. This guy fell
That's
asleep.
worse than texting and driving. By a lot.
Falling asleep. Have you ever fallen asleep driving?
Have I ever?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
My dad fell asleep.
It's so scary.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, it
And,
was
like-
drug related. That's the only time I've ever.
You nodded off and right? Did you wreck?
No,
You're like,
I could not drive though.
You got Narcan real quick. Fuck. My dad was on a meth binge for fucking ever, and we were going to court. Him and my mother were arguing.
Oh, God.
We were going to court to pick up his guns.
Oh God.
Me and my
This
baby
sounds
brother.
Crazy already.
No, me and my brother, and we were in a Jeep Wrangler. It was like 3 years old at the time. Anyways, we're approaching a red light downtown Denver, and the cars are coming real fast. I'm like, like I'm no driver, but this looks fucked
this
up.
is wrong.
And then we got real close. I'm like, I look over at Dad, and the motherfucker, he's out. And then boom, we hit the motherfucker at like 50 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour.
Damn.
Destroyed both vehicles. Everyone was okay. And airbags didn't deploy or they would have annihilated me.
Mm.
But he fucking fell asleep.
Oh, you know what?
This is not the-
Sometimes your
this is
body
not
just
the
tells
video.
you it's time to go night night.
But
No matter
is-
what you're doing.
not the video.
During these difficult times.
Oh, hell yeah. You know what I love about YouTube nowadays?
All the ads.
An ad on every video.
Estimated $232 million. It's unclear.
I need to turn the audio down so we don't get fucking booted. But it's an old man and a fat guy. Look up elderly man almost crashes in car after falling asleep and blames another driver. Pretty descriptive. But he's fucking shaking his head. He's got no teeth. Oh, there he goes. And he's out. He's sleeping. And the fat guy's been sleeping. He's like, oh.
Oh,
Watch him.
and it's like,
Look at the fat guy's face. Oh, come on, wreck. Surely he wrecks.
I mean,
Oh, come on. That was a lame video. Well,
Just
fuck it.
jostled them
There
a
was a
little.
very fucking funny one. It went. Oh, here it is. Sleep driver. 12 years old. Yeah. Okay.
This is 12 years old? I thought this was Zoom related.
Oh, because I think of this video.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Look,
somebody
this is
on a...
this is I'll beep it out. This is in the Zoom meeting driving. Watch her. She's like, oh, getting jostled around.
Whoa!
That's fucking during a meeting. Oh,
Sorry, guys.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Anyways, how do we get on that?
I have no idea.
Anthony.
We were talking about Anthony.
Anthony, getting revived. Here he is. Oh, they're having a girl, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. He said today.
Hello?
Anthony, baby, you're on the podcast.
Hi.
Hey, man.
What's up, dude?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good, man. We're doing good. We're fucking laughing it up over here, and I just got off the phone with Sam. I gotta edit that portion of the video in later because I made the call her because she was going to bed and Silas was bitching, but she was talking about getting Narcan. This all came about because I seen on Facebook this picture of this girl and her old man in the hospital, and it said baby's first OD. It was a Snapchat, you know what I'm saying? And the guy looked fucked up. He looked like he'd just been born, like he was wet, and he looked fucked up. And it got me thinking about losing consciousness and coming back from being unconscious, and how in my personal experience, that's the highest I've ever been. And just, I don't know, that's how I feel about it. Dude, tell us your story about being revived.
Okay. This happened, maybe a year ago? Yeah, a year. Obviously, a year ago.
Got your year key.
Yep, that's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I decided to be an idiot one last time, and I bought a little bag of some heroin. Turns out that it was mostly fentanyl. I usually administer it through injection. This time, I snorted a little bit, and I broke my number one rule. When I was using, I never did heroin or opiates before I went to sleep. I lost a lot of friends that way, and I just thought it was dumb, and I thought I knew better, And the life I was living, I decided to, go behind my significant other's back and do it in the bathroom while she slept. And so I snorted like a grain. Okay, when I tell you a little bit, I mean a little bit.
Yeah.
Like those pictures the police show of next to a nickel, like that much.
Yeah. Oh man, it was a minuscule.
Pinhead.
I mean, it was like a grain of rice. Okay, and I was watching a TV show that we were watching, and I remember thinking, and this is where I still get chills, when I think about this, is I have to wake up Libby. That's my fiance's name. I have to wake up Libby. Something's wrong. Something's seriously wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I have to wake her up. And in my head, I was screaming at her. In my head.
Oh, no.
Next thing I know, black. She woke up confused. She had no idea that I used. But she said something shook her awake. Something was yelling at her to tell her to wake
I got the
me
chills,
up.
yeah.
And she knew something was wrong. She heard the way I was snoring. Comes to find out, the way I was snoring was it's fixation. It's like they call it death rattle. It's like a certain type of snore that it doesn't sound natural.
Right.
And she freaked out. She woke up her mother. She called the ambulance. Now, the ambulance is literally 2 minutes away from her house. To this day, we see an ambulance, Libby goes, "Don't miss the driveway." And the reason for that is they passed our house. We used to live in a literal holler. Like it was a whole
holler.
Like, you couldn't
it's not
see it
easy
from
to
the road.
find.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they missed the house like 10 times passing it.
Oh fuck.
So she had to keep me breathing. She resuscitated me. She kept me breathing. She said I was stiff. I was turning colors.
Oh no.
To this day, I mean, it's hard to talk about. She's traumatized, obviously. It was, But I wake up. I'm half naked. She hasn't even had a chance to get dressed. I wake up completely confused. There's 8 EMTs staring at me. Like, I looked at them. I heard one of them say, "Whoa." Like I was gasping for air, and I could see it on their face, like, oh shit, I OD'd. And I just kept hearing, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's in the drawer or whatever. I had it hidden in the pants pocket. The cop handled it with gloves like he was, handling a bomb.
Yeah, of course.
And,
yeah, they're scared of that shit.
And yeah, man, it was surreal. But what gets me is, after I came to and Lizzie, obviously was upset. We got to talk about it. She told me, she's like, a voice was telling me to wake you up.
Dude, I got chills right now.
And it's crazy, man, because that's the last thing I remember. I need to wake up Libby.
Dude, yes.
And sure enough, she woke me up.
Yeah, man. That's so
and
fucking
Libby
crazy.
is a heavy-ass sleeper. That's what's crazy about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And she woke up. She knew something was wrong. I was in her face, apparently. Like, my body I was stiff, and I was oh, I can't do it. But she, like, the way she describes the snore, I mean, it's pretty
crazy.
Yeah.
And you can look it up on YouTube. Like, I went to
my grandfather died of like being old age or whatever. He died in the passenger seat while my grandma was I think taking him to the hospital or whatever, and she described, the death rattle like he fucking gurgled and died.
Yeah. It sounds like a demonic snore almost.
That's fucked up. Look, check this out, man. Something waking her up like that. This is a little off topic. I lived off Hickory Valley Road when I was like 5 or 6, right? And this fucking guy came in the driveway, and I had learned recently about strangers. And this guy come walking down the driveway, and he's like getting my attention, asking me to come with him and talking about like Donald Duck or something. And I looked back for approval from my parents, I guess subconsciously. I looked over at the door. I was on the porch, and like the door was fucking in my mind's eye. I don't know if I really seen this or dreamt it or just remember it this way, but I've always remembered it this way. The door was cracked, and I seen lips saying no, like out of it. Yeah, dude. And that gives me fucking goosebumps thinking about that. And
Wait a minute. So he was in your driveway?
He was walking down the street and was crossing my driveway.
Oh my God. Yeah. What did you do? Did you run in the house?
Yeah, I just went inside. I don't remember anything after that, but I just remember that, looking over at the door, him saying something about Donald Duck or Daffy Duck, and remembering strangers. What strangers? And I look over for approval, like from my parents, I guess, and I look over at my fucking front door. By the way, I drove past this house for the first time like a month ago, since like I lived there. Anyways, but I looked over at the door and seen the door cracked, like someone was cracking the door and looking up, and I seen lips saying no. It was so weird. Especially in hindsight, being grown now and objective.
Sure.
But yeah, man, dude, yeah, you weren't meant to die then. And I was telling Dee that you're having a girl, man.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And you picked up your year key tag today, dude?
I know, man.
That's awesome.
That's fucking great.
May 6th was actually my clean day, but, I haven't had a time to. I was going to do a celebration, but.
Oh, yeah, you haven't been to a meeting. You say May 6th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my clean date's May 7th, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fucking A.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How's that?
Dude, thanks for being on the show, man. I just wanted to talk about that for a second. I do got one more question, though. The physical sensation of gaining consciousness again, the confusion and everything like that.
Right. So,
how would you describe that?
Well, it was a drunk state almost. It was very confusing. It was almost like I was being. I mean, I don't remember being born, obviously, but it was. Yeah. Everything was new and confusing. I didn't know what. I was just like,
how did I get this fucked up? Yeah.
It was very like dreamlike. Yeah. Very surreal.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
But I remember, I will never forget the EMT's faces. Like they were scared.
Yeah.
And I think Libby gave him some help because she's like, I called you 10 fucking minutes ago.
Yeah.
And the EMTs were like, if you didn't do that for him, he would have been brain dead. That's what they said to her.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she kept me fucking breathing, man. Hold on. Do you hear that?
No, I can't. You have to.
Here, go ahead.
What'd she say?
My exact words to them when they got to the door were, "Thanks for finally showing up to do your fucking job."
Oh,
Yeah, I would have been pissed too.
Yeah, man.
I've been through the same thing.
Yeah, that's fucked up. And Anthony, I'm glad you're alive, buddy, and I'm
Yes,
glad you
we're
got a
so
year
glad
clean,
you're here.
and you're about to have a
Oh,
fucking beautiful baby girl. Y'all gonna be
Aw.
parents.
I know, it's exciting.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm proud of y'all, dude.
I appreciate it, man. We're thinking of the name Rhiannon, like the Fleetwood Mac song.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah, dude.
Naming her Rhea for short.
When's she due?
Cute.
November 30th.
Okay.
November 30th.
What sign is that?
Scorpio.
That is
Scorpio.
a Sagittarius.
Oh,
That's
Sagittarius?
Fucking
30th?
Sag, brah.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know much about Sagittarius.
Oh, they're mean.
Not me either.
Are they mean?
Oh, they're mean.
Oh, Anthony, they're mean,
I
buddy.
said no. I said I don't know either. I
Well,
think
maybe
they're
a
adventurous.
female Sagittarius might be. They're very loving, but they got tempers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
that's all right.
Well, we both
you do
have-
Just
too.
like Daddy.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that at the meeting,
She'll
our tempers.
definitely, yeah, she'll have it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, dude, again, I'm happy you're alive, man, and thanks for staying
Yes.
clean, and fucking A. Keep doing it, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for having me on the podcast. If you ever want to talk about any crazy other things, I have a lot of stories.
I would
Oh,
love
we
to.
know
Matter
it.
of fact, I'm gonna have you on sometime, dude. I'd like to have you
Yeah.
on. We'll talk about the fucking crust punk heroin scene.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. I love you, Anthony.
Love you.
All right.
All right,
Love
bye.
you guys.
Bye.
Dude, I love Anthony.
I know he's so.
I didn't like him at first. I think I've talked to
I really liked Anthony at first.
we like sat down in a meeting and like I don't know something about Anthony. You know I love you, buddy. But like I don't know, we just like looked at each other and just were like this. We're just like I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah. And it took it was until he came over here when we had all those people over here and fucking made hot dogs or whatever we did. And
Bonded over culinary.
no, we did bond over that, but we bonded because we were making fun of another person that was over here acting weird as
Yeah, that
fuck.
usually. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was like doing
Yeah.
handstand. It's like, okay,
God.
dude. And me and Anthony just made a look at each other like this, like
Mm-mm.
he like looked at me to see if I seen this, and I just smiled and like did like a little shrug, and we've been cool ever since.
Well, good. Because you both are great people. So.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
What's new in your life? What's going on with you?
Oh, nothing.
Just working,
Just working.
doing that fucking COVID shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's been kind of. You said that everybody's been like driving up and then leaving because you're not open.
Yeah, I
open.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a pain in the ass. Like
Dude,
people
it's-
want to
yeah.
come in and eat,
Yeah.
and I don't want them to.
Well, we
I
went
do,
through-
but I don't.
We did a similar thing though when
I know. So now I know, like, as a
it.
consumer, I get it
Yeah.
because you just want to like go
when
in
you're
and
hangry.
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when I'm hangry.
And we were hangry the other day.
Oh, so hangry.
Oh, and check this. We were hangry the other day. Couldn't find nowhere to eat, and we're like on the verge of an argument. I felt like, anyways, because we were like, okay,
I was
whatever.
so mad.
Let's go to Moe's on Battlefield Parkway. So, because we passed it, and the place we were gonna go to didn't work out. Whatever.
We tried
so
to go to
we'll
like
go
3
here. We'll go here to
Mexican
Moe's. Yeah,
restaurants.
and and we went to Moe's, and
Welcome to Moe's.
yeah, and we thought that they were just doing to go, and I was like, motherfucker, and she's like, you want to just go home? And I'm like, no, let's just go goddamn
didn't
get the
wanna go
food, I
home.
guess. Yeah. And and it was open, so we fucking ate, and everything was fine.
Except
I
their
look over-
food kind of tastes like baby food wrapped up in a
You didn't like it?
burrito. No.
Oh, I fucking love Moe's. Welcome to Moe's.
No.
Welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's. No, it was very mushy.
Icky?
I didn't like it.
Delaney's burrito was the size of. It was so tiny.
expensive, and
Yeah, it
it
was
was
high.
like I should have just got all of that slop in a bowl and just like ate it because it's all
was good.
soft. It's like baby food. It wasn't that good.
Mm.
The chicken was not that good.
The steak's good. The steak and the black beans and the cheese and
No, I would not
the
recommend.
pudding. So we ate there and we looked over at Rack Room Shoes, like, hey, let's go look at some shoes and go to Petco maybe. We stop at Rack Room. We're like the last minute customers. We get our fucking sandals and stuff, and this lady comes in and asks the cashier, hey, do y'all have any cleats? And the cashier's like, no. Deanna's like, yo, I got some cleats in the trunk. Should I go tell him? And she fucking hooked this lady up with the cleats, and they fit her son's
Like the
feet.
exact size.
Brand new cleats. It's so fucking crazy. Coincidence.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like, probably coronavirus happened. Everything happened up to this point to give this boy his cleats.
Maybe.
He might fucking
Probably
change
not,
the
though.
world in baseball.
Might be. I don't know. I don't know if it was baseball or football or
He might be the
who
next
knows.
fucking
He
Barry
might be
Bonds.
somebody.
Barry Bonds. Is that a baseball player?
Sounds like it.
Barry Bondsman.
Barry Bonds.
Those of you who don't know, I starred in a film.
You did?
I acted
In a
Yeah.
short film?
a short film. I was in a skit.
Oops.
Miranda and Fiona Cawley have a Capable the series. It's about living. It's a comedy series about living. They have muscular dystrophy. I can't fucking say it. Excuse me. And it's a comedy about just living with that and adapting to fucking society and stuff. It's funny
And
shit.
it's really good.
Yeah, and the quality
Their
is
video
fire.
quality?
Yes.
Fire.
Like even if
On
the content's
point.
great, if
Yeah,
their
it is.
content was shit, the quality I would
It's,
still
like,
watch it. It's fucking great.
professional.
Yes, and it was actually it was a lot of fun shooting it too, and I'm excited to like we were rolling, laughing the whole time shooting it.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was funny.
Yeah,
It's not cute. You know what I mean? Though.
yeah.
It was good.
I can't wait to see how it twins out.
And they got you being a douchebag, so.
Yeah, and that was not a stretch. No, it was weird. I wasn't being mean, but I was definitely being rude and like ignorant about the situation in the video.
Sarcastic.
Yeah, not sarcastic, but like
Just
like pretending to
douchebaggery.
be ignorant. Yeah, and pretending to be a douchebag.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, gang, I'm not a douchebag.
No.
I have empathy, and
Sometimes. He's
as
not
someone we
a
know-
sociopath.
I'm not. Yeah, I cry sometimes. I cried at a meeting today.
Oh my god.
You want to know why? Let me finish with the video. Can't wait to see it. Shout out Miranda Fiona.
Okay.
I cried today. I choked up and teared at the meeting. I started a job with my old company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the heat affects me. I got hot and fucking mad.
Today.
And no,
Oh.
for a couple days there. And I was talking about this apprentice. He's like 19 years old. He's a cool guy, you know, nothing's wrong. And I was fucking mad, and he said something just as a joke, trying to be funny and cool. We already established a friendly rapport. And he said something, and I wanted to be mean to him.
Oh.
I wanted to like I was like a fucking animal, and I wanted to be mean to him. But like I didn't remember shit. I looked at him and seen like my brother's face because he's so young, and I was like, man, that's like just a young dude, fresh in the trades. He doesn't know the work yet.
Little.
He's young and like not that much younger than me, but like he's young. You could tell when you talk to him, like he's young. And I don't see how people tolerated me when I was young, because I have trouble tolerating him sometimes. I shouldn't say that because I barely know the guy, but I was gonna be vicious and mean to him, just to like relieve myself a little bit, which is definitely not the right thing to do. And what stopped me is I seen my fucking brother in him, and was thinking like, I'm glad I didn't act. I shared that I'm glad I don't act on everything that I think instantly. And a lot of times it's not my thinking that gets me out of it. I just happen not to have done it. And I'm glad I didn't do it because, like I said, I seen my brother and he's a young guy. And what if that leaves an impression on him about when he thinks about ironwork and when he thinks about going to work, he thinks about some fucking dickhead.
Yeah, that's exactly
wrestling
how
with a
I
ladder.
think about nursing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And it, you know, you've
And
had
I
people
have
be
some
mean to you.
resentments. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that really affected like my whole nursing career, my lifestyle,
Yeah.
the way that I dealt with things.
Yeah.
It led to a really severe opiate addiction.
Yeah.
You know, which
Were you using opiates to cope with being there?
Yeah, I didn't take opiates. I mean, maybe recreationally, like to get some energy to work like a bar when I bartended and stuff, but not anything like that was out of hand. My drinking wasn't out of hand, even when I was a bartender. And then when I got into nursing, I was a really young nurse, and I was just there with some miserable bitches.
Yeah.
And I didn't, you know, just my character, like, I'm more reserved and shy, and I definitely worried about like fitting in, and I would be.
Yeah, there's a whole
it
new
was
social
terrible.
realm.
Yeah.
You want to fit in. You want to be liked.
Right. And so, like, I was more the age of the people that I was a supervisor of. So, like, they already made that, like, you can't be friends with CNAs. You have to be a nurse and be above. Like, there's
Yeah.
a pride
Sure.
ego thing.
Sure.
Then I was like, I don't understand. You know, like, we're the same age. How am I not going to hang out with them? I moved to a completely different town. Like, didn't really have anybody. And they just fucking,
Yeah, they eat
you
it up.
know,
This is
they
like
just
notorious.
loved
The
it.
nursing, the medical field is
Oh,
notorious for having
God, it was
doctors being
terrible.
cunts and fucking
Just
you know,
nurses, really
management. Yeah.
bad. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I started drinking.
Now, did you
a
treat
lot.
people well, or did you
Yeah.
kind of, in a way, treat people the way you were treated?
No, I
did well?
I did well. I was kind.
It's good, man. I never had anybody be mean to
I couldn't stand
me.
up for myself, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just ate shit all
Because
the
you
time.
wanted to work. You're new. Yeah.
Right. And so then I drank. And
Yeah.
then I started taking opiates. And then it just blossomed into an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, quickly. The first year I was a nurse.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Yeah, dude, that's rough.
Yeah. And then that continued for my whole nursing career.
Yeah.
Either I was on opiates or I was taking methadone at the clinic.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fucking terrible. Now, were you able to keep a job and hit the methadone clinic?
Yep.
How the
Nobody
fuck?
ever knew.
Well, you just went out on... How'd you get your shit? Oh, you by that point, you had trust built up so you could take a dose, right? With you for the week or
Yeah,
something?
I work second shift too. So I go
Oh,
in the
straight up,
morning.
yeah. What, you
you
went to
know.
bed straight after work, didn't you?
No. I stayed up late.
Oh, well, fuck. Fuck, sleep when you
But
did.
you know, so I went in the mornings and I dosed, and then I didn't have to go to work until like 2:45.
Yeah.
So I was fine.
Oh.
You know,
Oh, my God. I'm
nobody
so
ever
glad to be away
knew.
from that.
ever.
I didn't really want this to be like a recovery podcast, but it's kind
I
of...
think it's. I mean,
It's kind of
what our
gravitated
lives
that way a
are.
little bit, yeah.
But
Talk
yeah,
about what
so
you know.
that you really have to like be mindful of who you're talking to, who
Yeah.
you're going to impact their life, being kind to people. Like
Yeah, and I hate the word kind.
it really is like a
I do like to be
huge
nice.
thing, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I know. And I was talking to somebody after the meeting today, talking to Nate, and like, he made me feel good in a way that's like, Zach, like when you got here, dude, you would not be thinking like that at all.
Mm-mm.
And I would not be. But man,
That's
like
gross.
I said, I teared up at the meeting, like, dude, my brother, man.
I know you gotta be nicer to him too.
I'm not mean to my
I know,
brother,
you're
but
just-
I have been
You're
mean
just
to my
like
brother.
big brotherly.
And
pick on
like,
him.
oh my goodness, Rugrats, the movie.
Mhm.
I had a new baby brother. When the movie came out, we went in theaters and watched it. And there's this scene where Tommy Pickles is being mean to his brother, and they got the watch or this locket that Stu Pickles, their father, had given him, and he like throws it, and the monkeys are about to get his brother and shit. And I started crying in theaters. So like, and I've not always been nice to my brother, who I love very dearly.
I've not always been nice to my siblings either, but
And like, when I was younger, I would have friends over, and he would just want to come hang out.
yes.
And we were like, doing our thing, drinking,
Yes.
getting high, doing our thing. And I was like, go upstairs. So I feel like I neglected him for a long time. And one of the earliest dreams about him I remember having was looking at him in the back seat. I was in the passenger front seat, and I looked back at him. He was sitting in the middle, and I punched him in the nose, and he was crying. He was a baby. And like blood was...
This is a dream?
Yeah.
Okay.
And blood... No, I really fucking hit my baby. My baby brother. And like blood was like floating around like it was in water, and he was crying, and I felt so bad. I was crying in the dream and woke up crying. And that's like where I get, I don't know how to put it, man. It's like developed this spot for like my little brother and for young people that have like, that are vulnerable,
Right.
And I don't always think about it, but man, like the whole situation with The Apprentice just brought it all back. It's really
Aw.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I always like
The kid's in for a fucking,
like,
he's
new
in for
people.
a,
I might bitch
Career.
about it, but like I
get a
really
little
did,
closer
like,
to the mic, baby?
teaching people.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like try not to kill people.
Do you
show
feel
the
like,
way.
do you feel like, Do you feel like when you're teaching somebody something, it's almost like a thing more for you than them?
No, in nursing or
In general,
in
teaching
general?
someone that doesn't know something, like, I feel
Do
like
you
whenever I'm
like,
teaching
it
something,
makes you feel good.
yeah, it makes you feel like you know it. And you're like, yeah, let me help you. Let me bring you into this world.
Yeah,
Do you?
I guess.
That's kind of how I feel about it. That was a
No.
leading question, but
Mm-mm.
I'm like that. I am.
I just
I don't know if it's negative or is a good thing or a bad thing, but like that's what most of the good things I do for other people, I don't do bad things because they make me feel bad, but most of the good things that I do for other people are because it feels good to me.
well, yeah, I guess we wouldn't do it if it didn't feel good
Right.
or right.
But what are people's motives for doing? Because I was confused about that too. When, in meetings you talk about doing the right thing for the right reasons and helping other people and service work.
Yeah.
You're doing that for other people, and that's the reward. But that's not the reward for me. The reward for me is the feeling I get like I fucking did something I should have done.
No, then you're not there yet.
Am I going to get there?
Yeah, you will. You have to heal yourself so you can help heal others. And like that's the whole thing
Yeah.
is giving back what's been given to you.
Right.
And that's in all aspects. But like when you realize that you had to heal yourself so you could heal others and everybody can be well as a whole, then that's like your top level.
Are you there?
No.
No. That's what I'm saying. I don't know anybody that is. I mean, I know people that say they
tried.
are, but like
I don't know. Maybe
I
it's just
wasn't
a
clear the way I
thing.
put it. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I mean that's what it is that we're supposed to give back so everybody is well.
Right. But why would you do that? Because it feels good for you
For
to
the
have done it.
universe.
Yeah, I
For
guess.
your higher power.
I'm still kind of confused on my motives on things, honestly.
Yeah.
Because honestly, all my motives are selfish.
That's ego.
And I want to do good for you and Delaney and everybody, my friends. I want y'all to succeed, and I smile when I think about that. When I see everybody happy.
Yeah.
But that's, in order to do well for y'all, or not in order to do well for y'all, but my motives for doing well for y'all is because it feels good for me, I guess. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm still confused about my motives after 2 years clean and learning so much about myself.
There's so much more to learn, though. It's crazy.
I know.
It's so crazy.
And sometimes I underestimate other people's recovery and other people's growth. I'm like, okay, they probably feel like me, but like with more time, ugh. But no, like
well,
myself.
there's some people with more clean time than we have that are,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
still childish and not
But
healing
still,
at
clean
all.
time though, like
It
that's
doesn't equal recovery.
right. But your perspective has to change in some positive way.
I would hope so, but if you don't put the work in, then you're really not going to change the behaviors. You can be abstinent all you want. You can have however many years under your belt, but if you actually change your ideas, attitudes, your beliefs, the thinking, then it's
Can you change your motives though? Can you actively?
yes, you can change anything you want.
Yeah, but how do you go about changing why you're doing things? You can't change.
I used to not want
You
to
can't
do
change like
things for other
carnal
people.
desires.
You
And
can.
maybe that's not the right word, like not like sexual, but like you can't change your fucking. I don't think you can. I mean, you could trick your
can.
brain into doing it on purpose, and eventually it'll work. But like as far as like doing step work and stuff like that, and saying, okay, I want my motives to be just pure. I'll do all these things, but the reason I'm doing it is because I want what I want to be different. Maybe that wasn't clear either.
What?
I want my motives to be different. I want
Right, but that just
the
comes
things
with
that I
time.
want to be different.
Yeah, and it will be.
Yeah.
We're always wanting different things. When I
Yeah,
got
but
into
can you
recovery,
manipulate what
I
you want?
wanted to get things back.
Yeah.
I got everything back and then some
Right.
because I put the work in.
Sure.
So now I want to give back.
Yeah.
My motives have definitely changed.
Sure.
I just wanted
Oh,
to
yeah,
stay
mine too.
clean.
Yeah. I wanted all
I
kind of dumb
wanted
shit.
my family back. I wanted my daughter back. I
Yeah.
wanted to keep this house. I didn't even know how fucked up my thinking was.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I just didn't, because after a while you get so used to just craziness that, like, I didn't have any motives, other than wanting to get things back. And now, I have so many blessings from working a program that I want somebody else to
Feel that too.
Feel it too.
Yeah, totally.
That's
I
really
get
what
that.
I want. And I want to continue to stay clean. I want to continue to evolve, be better as a person, be more honest, say yes to more things.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally. I feel like, man, like my
it's just crazy.
willingness to work for other people's
Well, you just have to
people I don't know.
ask for willingness.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying though, like maybe I don't want it. That's what I'm saying. Like my, I'm saying my willingness.
Why are you talking about that?
Maybe people that I'm close to, if they ask for help, I'll help them for sure. Am I willing to go up to and like initiate a fucking conversation? And I should be willing, but I'm not willing to go up to newcomers that I don't exactly hit it off with instantly, and try to have a crazy positive impact on their life and keep in touch with them and stuff. I'm just not willing to do it, and I'm not sure that I want to be willing to do it.
But don't you feel like if you didn't have like that
Absolutely.
one person that
Oh,
did that
I needed
for
it.
you,
Yeah. Totally.
So like I might not.
But I think that was
come
by
off
chance,
quiet,
man.
So I might not come off, as like easy to talk to. Maybe sometimes some people think I'm a bitch whenever they meet me, and they're like, "Oh my god, I thought you were gonna be a bitch."
Yeah, they're probably
And I'm
intimidated
like-
by your good looks.
I don't know if it's resting bitch face or what, but like, if I didn't have like Amy W, for instance, like I was super new.
Amy's awesome.
She's awesome.
She was nice to fucking everyone.
I know.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if we had more people like her?
Yeah.
It was awesome. I
great.
actually felt like, oh my god, like, and as crazy as we
the
all
reason
are,
I don't
she's
want
so
to do,
normal.
the reason I don't have the willingness to do that is because it feels ingenuine, because my motives are not there.
Well,
And I don't like feeling ingenuine. I really
No,
hate.
you
That's the
don't have
most.
to be
That's one of
like
the most
that.
uncomfortable feelings is when I'm trying to be something. People can smell that shit
Yeah.
quick, and I don't like to be found out faking, lying,
right.
and I don't like to have to do that. I don't like to pretend to be something.
No, but you
unless
might
it like
just
helps my
be
ego, I'll
drawn
pretend to be
someone.
some fucking cool guy. But like,
You might just be
I don't
drawn
wanna
to someone one day that's like
Maybe.
you can tell is really struggling,
Yeah.
and you're like just pulled to them,
yeah.
and then
Matter of fact, I met a
Yeah.
guy today that I had a decent conversation with. Nothing like significant like we're talking about. It was cool. He's new, and he trains at the jiu-jitsu gym I train at.
yeah, that's cool.
Going tomorrow,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be there, and we're gonna fucking train.
See?
Yeah, we'll see.
That's
But,
awesome.
I don't know. Again, my motives. Maybe they'll come one day, and maybe
Yeah.
I think we fucking run into the people we need to run into.
Yes,
and we
always
impact the
do.
people we run into.
It's not a coincidence
No.
at all.
Which could be sounding silly some ways and not, but like as many fucking coincidences and weird encounters that I've had that have, like we were talking about earlier with the door and something waking Libby up to wake fucking save Anthony's life.
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna happen, but then again, you can't just sit back and wait for shit to happen. You do. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you have to do the work, I guess.
It kind of makes me
Weird
think
things
sometimes
happen,
that
though.
like life has been prescribed what your life is going to be already. You can't change. I don't know if you can really change it.
Maybe we're just in a simulation.
Maybe, dude. I used to think that, and when people would acknowledge it, it was like they broke the third wall, like when a cartoon talks
the
to you.
3D.
It's like no, like like they're talking to the camera, like in a TV
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
I'm like,
Hello.
is it though? I went and fucking I
Well,
talked to
that's
this
what they say,
psychic. I
like
got all
breaking 3D,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
the reality.
Yeah.
Breaking that and like law of attraction,
Yeah.
where you
Oh, let me
just manifest more than what's in your reality. Like you dream
Oh.
it and you can have it, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Doesn't matter the circumstances, like whatever you perceive, it can all be changed. It's crazy.
It's a trip.
And I love it.
That's a fucking trip.
Yeah. I'm super into it.
I know you are.
love
She's
it.
been manifesting money like fucking crazy, by the way.
It works.
Dude, no kidding. What the fuck? She started talking about manifesting money. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Manifest me some. Ugh. Next thing I know, this chick has got fucking money pouring in. And
It's crazy.
it is crazy.
It's
I need to start taking it
weird.
seriously, I think. Just the chance that it might work.
It's funny. It's almost like I'll get like money and I'm like, I start laughing.
I know.
Because it's just crazy. Like
a random fucking $800 check out of nowhere.
random. When I couldn't even scrounge up like 18 cents for gas a couple years ago to fucking get me home. Like, it just, oof. It's weird. It's so crazy.
That's weird.
And spirit numbers, like 1111.
Every time I do
555,
something
all them.
creative, like
like
I
you're on
want
the
to do
right
this
path.
podcast, every time I do like this podcast or I shot that video with Fiona and Miranda, 1111 pops up, or when some creative opportunity comes up, something fucking electronic, always, it's 1111. I see 420 when I'm about to purchase something or make a weird decision.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You think it's your dad?
I don't know. I don't know why I would pick.
You don't think? Do you think it's like spirit guides or
I don't know.
ancestors? Or
You know what though about spirit
family?
guides? I forgot to mention, or was thinking about, but I decided not to. Returning to consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
My experiences with that is there's been something there, like a guide,
Mm-hmm.
like a. It's always been a female. We've talked about this before.
Right.
Salvia, smoking salvia.
We don't condone that.
Yeah, and I never smoked it.
Allegedly.
But if I had smoked it, I would have got up in my sleep, in my trip, or what the fuck ever, and this woman was like talking to me. She was like a big head, like in Power Rangers, like that big hologram head.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't remember. But like,
Shit.
and
I
my
can't remember
body
his name.
was standing up, and my legs were like rubber, bending sideways, back and forth, and this lady was guiding me. And I lost consciousness a couple other times in other different ways. And there's always been like a woman waking me up or a woman there. And people that do a lot of DMT and shit like that talking about spirit guides, and people for fucking ever been talking about that shit. So there's got to be something to it.
Yeah,
or there's
I
something
think so.
integrated in our brain chemistry to
No,
try to make sense of a guide, or there's got to be a guide, you know?
I
It's
believe
weird.
there is.
Yeah.
I definitely believe there is.
Yeah,
Or
I
like
agree.
our family. There's all different levels of it though, which
Yeah.
is crazy to get into. But there's like past ancestors, current, like the people that have passed within like that are early in passing.
Yeah.
Couple, like within 5 years. They're the ones that are like the most around you. Supposedly.
So what is that like, I wonder, to die and then be like, oh shit.
Nope, you gotta come back.
Like, what if that's like gaining consciousness again? You're like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking ghost. I've been a. Oh yeah, I forgot that whole life thing. I gotta help these other fools now. You know, like when you wake up from sleep, like you're not thinking about your life. And you wake up like, oh man, I gotta work. I gotta fucking. Oh yeah, I'm in some weird place. You know, I'm camping.
Right.
That's right. You know, when you like, what, dude? Life's a fucking trip.
You wake up dead.
Drugs are a trip. Oh Lord, done died, baby.
Don't wake up dead.
Life's a fucking trip, though.
It's crazy.
I used to wig on shit like this.
I love it. I'm
do
not
too.
even on drugs. And
Me neither. It's still fucking weird.
I kind of like it though. I like having knowledge of like different things.
I do
like
too.
being aware of things.
I feel like I'm too young to fucking know anything yet.
I'm probably am too.
You know, like when you were
It's just
young and you hear
weird.
your parents telling these stories and like they know things and you're like, you don't fucking know anything yet, so you can't,
Yeah.
you can put in little things and they're like, okay.
My
Like, that's how I
parents still
feel.
school me on things, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
think I've had some
Yeah, you're a
experiences.
well-rounded person, yeah. For sure.
It's just- but then there's some people that like have no idea of like
Anything.
anything or anything that we're talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things that we talk about on a normal basis, like
Yeah.
spirits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and like being
astrology,
trying to be a good person type shit.
and, like
Learning.
recovery, 12 step, like that to normal
Yeah.
people that don't even know that shit exists is like,
Yeah.
what?
It is strange.
What?
But it's only strange now
Yeah.
that we've been involved with it. And look, I want to say that recovery is not just about getting off drugs and drugs. Recovery, let's even not even call it recovery. Let's call it something else, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's like learning,
would you call
learning.
that?
I don't know,
Learning
learning how
how
to
to
be a
live?
person, like bettering yourself.
How to be a good person.
Yeah,
The blueprints.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's straight up. My experience has been very
There's so
positive
many,
with it.
like,
I've had some terrible times.
Normal
but, like, fuck.
people that could totally benefit.
Yeah, everyone could. Everyone could.
Yeah.
And some people, I guess, inherently have emotions and consciousnesses that allow them to do well and be good people. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I've always had empathy
Yeah.
and compassion.
Well, that's, yeah.
But like,
That's a lot of addicts are.
did I give a fuck half the time? No. And I'm sorry for everyone that is,
You're
been
not
in my
on
wake.
9 yet. You're okay. You don't know
Been in
to
my-
apologize yet.
yeah, I know. I'm on step 8. I got to make a list of people that I've impacted and be willing to make amends to them. And let me tell you about my fucking amends. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I have to just do the step and figure it out.
Yeah.
But like, I don't even know how big my list is going to be, what I necessarily have to do to make amends, and my financial amends are going to be tedious.
Oh, I've already gone over mine with my sponsor.
Do you have to do anything?
Nope.
No, you bitch. You don't have to do nothing?
I'm a living amends. I just have to
Oh,
not do
me
that
too.
anymore.
Hear that, sponsor? Eddie, I'm a living amends, dog. Hey, her sponsor is your friend?
No, don't.
Y'all are
worry
in
about that.
cahoots? Hey.
No, I would. I mean, now I have all this financial freedom. I can't.
What is Abilify? What is Abilify? Something about financial freedom?
No, that's a fucking drug.
Oh,
That's a pill.
Abreva.
Abilify. I think that's for bipolar.
Abilify?
Isn't it
No.
for,
Abilify is a
depression?
business. You're thinking
Abilify-
Abreva.
No, Abilify is a drug.
$5.
$5.
Oh. Schizophrenia, bipolar, blah, blah, blah,
Told
blah, blah.
you.
It's called aripiprazole. Can you read that? The Latin?
Ariprazole. Yep.
Yeah, say it like I did, motherfucker. You know that's how you say it.
Abilify.
Abreva.
Aripiprazole.
Yeah, that's a terrible name. Whoever
I
named
look at
that.
bipolar,
Fucking idiot.
depression, Tourette's syndrome.
Fuck. I was diagnosed with some Tourette's. I was in the Tourette's spectrum.
Yeah, I can.
But then after I was
When?
diagnosed in like 6th grade.
Oh, you're
'Cause
probably just acting out.
Yeah, I think I was kind of chasing ADHD medication, and even though I didn't know what it
In
was.
6th grade?
Yeah, like I didn't know what it was quite yet, and I was just like wanted the attention
me
and
5
medication.
hands.
But you know what's interesting is the doctor gave it to me, and then after that, I didn't even know exactly what Tourette's was. I thought Tourette's was saying fuck salt. But like I developed this little twitch thing when I was like doing my head like this.
Oh yeah, I developed
Afterwards,
a twitch
almost-
through my 30s.
Did you? But that was strange.
Oh goodness.
Why the fuck was I like I was in the 6th grade? Oh, I dressed like such a fucking idiot. Missized clothing. Had to wear khakis and a tucked in shirt. I looked like a fucking idiot on my first day.
Tucked in shirt. I was in 6th grade in 1996. So you can imagine.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we've already talked about my.
All that.
We already talked about all that.
Did you have a cool trapper keeper?
Of course I did. It was a Lisa Frank one.
Hey,
It had a bunny
did
on
you have a
it.
little scrunchy ball?
Eh?
One of those little scrunchy rubber band ball things? You know what I'm talking about? It's like.
Nope.
I'm tripping. Never mind.
Nope. Wow.
Wow, Zach. It's like a fucking, it's a ball. I think they're called scrunchy balls. It's a ball made out of thin rubber band strings that come out of the
Koosh?
A koosh. Did you have a koosh?
I'm sure. Yeah, we just like sling them at each other.
Smell them? Ooh, this
Ew.
one stinks. They all stink. Anyways, it's been a good
I got
episode.
it at KB Toy Store.
KB Toys. They used to have the crawling GI Joes. I remember
they had
those.
everything.
Yeah, and they started to suck. I remember the first time I remember at a KB store, they had like these little spiders with slime in them. I got a
like
bunch of
green
those.
slime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember when green slime was like a cool fucking
Yeah.
kid thing?
Gack.
Gack?
Mhm.
Yes. Well, this has been a good episode. I think we're gonna call it, gang. Deanna, thanks for joining me and
Thank
talking
you.
life with me. I love you.
I love you.
Thanks to Anthony and Sam
Yes.
and everyone that's impacted our lives positively and negatively. We couldn't have done
We
any of this
love
without
you,
you.
or
We
fuck
love
you.
you.
Oh my
Yeah, all
God.
that. All right, gang. Fucking doses, baby. Oh, and one more thing. Be sure to
Oh,
goddamn
jeez.
subscribe, please.
Smash that like
Smash
button.
the fucking like button, gang. On your favorite platforms.
Share.
All that, baby.
Comment down below.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fuck you.